The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Hey, Melody. Good to see you on here again. Give me a one in the chat box if you can hear me okay, please, before we get started. Carenza, how are you? Scott, Fernando, Sheena, Craig, Alan, Neil, Robert, Kim. How's everyone doing tonight? Or not tonight, what am I saying? I'm lost. Look at that. It's afternoon. Melody is saying this is not very funny. My audio is not connected again. That's weird. Let me write back to you. Not sure why. I think I remember Melody being on last time and I was talking to her and she's there telling me, hey, obviously she can't hear me if she's telling me her audio isn't working. Neil is saying hanging in NYC swamp. Stay safe over there, man. Hopefully things calm down. Fernando is saying, woo, pumped. Awesome. And remember, guys, not for those of you that are on here live, we definitely appreciate your time. So there will be some prizes given out as well. So be ready for that. Joseph is saying, what happened to yesterday's webinar? Yeah, I think yesterday's webinar was, I didn't have a webinar scheduled yesterday, but what I think happened was the pre-launch webinar. Since I have multiple sessions built in there, it was sending you reminders because I had one in there for yesterday, but I had it scheduled into GoToWebinar, but I didn't have one planned. So I think those were the reminders that you were getting. Mitch told me about that as well, that he was getting a bunch of reminders for a webinar, and I'm like, what webinar? I don't have a webinar today. And I went into my GoToWebinar account, and it was actually the from the pre-launch one. Let me fire up my camera for a second. There we go. Don't look too crazy today. I know in the last webinar, I had just come from a run and I was looking all crazy. Trevor from Hong Kong, great to have you on here. We'll be getting started at 1:35 just to give all the people a chance to get on here, since I know my email sometimes gets sent a few minutes behind. Perfect audio is just fine. Who's excited for today's session? Give me a one in the chat box. I know we finished up last session with talking a little bit about local, and many of you were asking me, local advice and how to, go out there and get clients and things like that. And I asked you if you wanted me to get some guys on here that are crushing it with local, and many of you said yes. Oh, tons of ones coming in still as well. So yeah, I mean, the guys that are going to be coming on here, trust me, I mean, they're one of the guys that, a few guys that are actually not only crushing it right now with everything that's going on, but they're actually helping businesses, which it's always a plus, when you can actually make a change and make a difference in the world. Jesse is saying, what camera and microphone do you use? So this here is actually the Yeti. It's actually really big. When I first bought it, I was surprised at how big it was. It's the Blue Yeti. It's about $100 on Amazon. So I use that when I'm at home, and I think my backpack is in the closet, but I have a little tiny one that's like this big for traveling. But I always have to take it out because that always flags the screen when I'm traveling. The metal detectors, it always looks like a little mini bomb, I think. So I always pull it out just in case. And the camera I'm using is the Logitech C290. David, great to have you on here, saying a long-time customer. Oh, we have a first timer. Karen, excited. My first live webinar with you. Great to have you on here, Karen. You know what? For being your first time, you're going to be one of the first $50 winners. So let me send you over a message real quick. That's a pretty cool welcome, huh? So let me send you a quick message. And stay on your toes, guys, because I'll be giving away a few more of those, all right? And let me make sure we're recording just in case. And first, let me send this over to Nick just in case he has a screen he wants to show instead of just my ugly face. There we go. Oh yeah, we are recording. Perfect. Yeah, so Logitech C290. I believe it's the C290 or C920. I know they have a bunch of different versions, but I think it's the C290. I'm trying to see. Let me get closer to it. It doesn't say the model, but I'm pretty sure it's the C290. Jeff is saying Tim and Nick are everywhere getting it done. Yeah, I mean, the reason for that is because their stuff is working right now. Okay, it's not many people that are able to teach something that works in any economy, and their stuff actually works right now, and also when the economy is doing well as well. Oh, so many of you are correcting me. So it's C920. Sorry, C920. So if someone's saying 188 bucks on Amazon, yeah, it's a great camera. Plugs right into USB. But it's 1:36. We are 1 minute over. So let me go ahead and bring in Nick. Many of you guys seem like you already know him. So that's a good sign. You guys know the kind of value that him and Tom bring. These guys, like I've said in my emails, they're out there and they are absolutely crushing it with their local agency. They have figured out a good system that is working, again, not just right now, but it was working even before the whole lockdown, because I did host them. And they shared their webinar with another portion of my customers a few months ago, before everything started, and they were crushing it then. And then they made a few tweaks to their system and started targeting specific types of businesses, and they've just been crushing it with that as well. And it's just a small tweak to what they've already been doing. So it works whether the economy is doing well, whether the economy is doing bad. No matter what's going on, you can use what they're going to share with you to go out there and land some clients, help some businesses, and make some money at the same time. So give me a 3 in the chat box if that sounds pretty cool to you guys. Perfect. Tons of 3s coming in. Awesome. So, I mean, there's not much else I can say. I mean, Nick and Tom, 2 guys that know what they're doing, and not just that, they know how to teach what they're doing in a way that you guys can understand it and go out there and get results. So, Nick, whenever you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and get off of camera so I don't distract anyone. And feel free to take it away whenever you're ready.
All right. What is going on, everyone? Thanks, Josh. This is Nick Ponte, and I just want to say aloha and welcome you to this training. Both Tom and I are located in Maui, Hawaii, and it's early morning here right now, about 7:30 a.m. And yeah, I just want to start all of our trainings in the same way. We always give everyone a big aloha welcome, because that's how we do it here in Hawaii, right, Tom?
That's right. Aloha, everybody. I'm super excited to be here. Even though it is early, I got my coffee. I'm ready to go.
David says, aloha, brother. Aloha, David. Appreciate that. Good to see some fellow Islanders in the chat box, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, once again, thanks, Josh, for allowing us to be here. We are really excited to bring this to your peeps. And yeah, so we're going to show you guys how we've been getting a yes from basically every single business owner that we talk to. Some of the most easiest conversations we have ever had with prospects. And I truly mean that, the easiest conversations ever. If you guys are looking to have some easy discussions with your prospects and customers, you came to the right place. So does that sound exciting, everyone? Let me know who's up for that, because it's literally what we've been living and breathing since this shutdown. David says, shoots, brah. Love it. Yes, yes, yes. Yippee, I'm up for it. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. And right off the top, I do have a quick question for you. What brought you here today to this training? What is your motivation behind wanting to start and build your own business? Maybe you could stick that in the chat box for me so we could get some engagement going. And maybe you're like me, you know, you just wanted to live your life on your own terms. I really didn't like my boss at my last job, so I can tell you that a key goal for me, and I think so many others, was getting to financial independence, because that would really give me the ability to live my life on my own terms, right? I'm going to open up my comment box here real quick so I can see what you guys are up to. Someone said, tired of making other companies money. Sheena, I love that. I absolutely love that. Sheena, please stick your email in the chat box so our team can also send you a special prize. We've got our Shark team on the call with us, hanging out in the chat box with you, and I can't let Josh be the only person giving away money on the call. So
I love it. Let's do it, man. I love it.
so yeah, you guys, it pays to interact with us.
Make
And
it rain,
you know, the
Nick.
more
Make it rain.
yeah, we're gonna make it rain a little bit. The more you guys you know, let us know what you're thinking and your thoughts and your feedback, the better this training will be. So keep that in mind, okay? And you know, what she said is very true, which is why today we're gonna show you how to break out and take control so you can do that too. You can stop making somebody else rich, right? And we firmly believe that anyone who is willing to put in a minimum amount of effort can do this. We're actually seeing in our community every single day. And one thing that I do want to mention real quick as we get started is that the information and the strategy of what we and our friends and our students are doing here that I'm about to show you in this presentation, it's not theory. You can see some of the checks here on this slide from clients that we've collected from some of our clients. And I just point that out because I want you to know that we are in the trenches. We are doing this stuff every single day. Like I said, we've been living and breathing this since the shutdown. And if you pay really close attention to the information that I'm going to share with you, you can take this stuff afterward, after this presentation, and apply it, because it's all information that we've acquired, like I said, while taking action, which is so important these days, right? I feel like a lot of the stuff that you see online is really just made up. You know, people putting stuff out there to create courses, and you know, that's most of the time all they're really good for is just creating courses. So pay close attention to those who have the results to back this stuff up, right? And I do want to say that, you know, this is probably going to be a different type of training for most of you. So if Josh or Tom, you guys have any feedback or anything like that and you want to interrupt me, go ahead and interrupt me. And I welcome any roundtable discussion that we can get going. So sound good, everybody? Everybody on board with me? Everybody on the same page? Follow those who are taking action. So important. And I do want to let you all know that we will be giving a special bonus at the end of this call. It's our local business coronavirus survival kit, which is a ton of really helpful information for all local businesses right now. It's loaded with information and assets on how to get loans and update important information online. And you guys can give this to business owners as a lead magnet or just to generate some goodwill. We're using it as a lead magnet. The choice is yours, but we're going to give it to you. We spent a few $100s to build this and a bunch of time. It's very resourceful and valuable. So we're going to drop a link to this at the end of the call. Sound good, everyone?
Yeah, and Nick, a good thing to note there is like, so we branded this to Maui, but all the information inside can really benefit anyone in any location. So we're going to give you this and you have the ability to brand it to your location. So, you know, all the information in there is universal. Wherever you may be located, it will apply to your area and you can use it that way.
That's right. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for reminding me about that. It is white label, we call that, so you can brand it to your business. And I do have a couple of quick housekeeping items that I want to get out of the way real quick, because we have a lot of stuff that I'm really passionate about right now. So I want to get this out of the way because I want to be straight with you. What I'm going to be sharing with you, this is not a get rich quick scheme or gimmick or anything like that, right? I do believe in hard work, and learning is the key to success. And when I show you my earnings or student results, please don't get the wrong idea. I'm not insinuating that you're going to go out there and that's just going to happen for you magically, right? And if somebody does promise you that, you should probably run far away. No one can promise you any result, including myself. But what I can do is I can share with you what has worked for me and some of my most successful students. But in order to do that, there is one thing that we need from you during this presentation. And that one thing, everybody, is that if you have any distractions, you're on social media, close out of that stuff, okay? grab a pen and paper, take some notes, and after this webinar, just be willing to think about the things that we've talked about here and start to take action, okay? Do we have a deal, everybody? Let me know in the chat box if we have a deal. Sheena says, absolutely agree. I'm ready to put the work in to be successful. Paul says, deal. Yes, 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 deal. Exclamation point. Yip. Somebody keeps saying yippee. That's funny. I heard that word for a long time.
Yeah.
Yippee. Let's go.
Yeah, man, action is so key, right? Like taking action. Like it's so key to having the success you want.
That's right. It is. Okay, so I see the chat box just lighting up. So the higher level view of what we're talking about here today, everybody, it's all about planting seeds in today's market. And these results that you see in this image here, these are some of the fruits of those seeds that we've harvested, which is pretty cool, right? You can see that we have multiple invoices paid by the same client, and that's called recurring revenue or recurring income. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that term, right? Recurring revenue. Give me a shout out if you guys are into the whole recurring revenue business model. Maybe some of you have some coming in already, or maybe you'd like a little more. I'm sure we could all use a little more. Steve says yes, 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 yes. So I could agree. And remember, that's the type of income that comes in each and every month or every year. It's consistent income, and that's how we build a real business, right? And we'll talk more about that shortly, because first, I do just want to give you a little background about me, because honestly, I'm just a regular guy, right? I'm from Maui, Hawaii. I used to be an automotive technician, also known as a mechanic. Used to work on cars for a living. Love working on cars, but hate working on cars for somebody else. That just changed everything for me. And I do not have a college background. And I'm only telling you that because most people think that you need to be some technical wizard to make money online, right? Who here thinks that? Anyone joining us right now think that you need to be a technical wizard? Not I. Karen says that's so not regular. Looks fun. I mean, it is actually pretty regular. I'm from Maui, so I don't have that story where, you know, I made a bunch of money online and I moved to Maui and, you know, I just sit on the beach all day. Like I'm from here, so. Right. Somebody says college is overrated. So, I mean, the thing is, you guys, is a lot of people think that you have to have some crazy technical ability. And Ellen says, I'm afraid so, but I know it's not true. And I would agree, right? Because, you know, I've been able to have some success online, and I am not a technical wizard, right? And in fact, I'm sure by the end of this presentation, you guys, I'll probably mess this thing up a whole bunch. And you guys will see that pretty quickly because I'm not like a masterful presenter, right? But what I do have going for me right now is a bunch of local businesses who pay me each month to solve problems for them. And that's where I spend most of my time, right? Working with these local businesses. It's not spent online doing presentations and things like that. So I have businesses that pay me each month to solve problems, and I have an incredible edge on today's situation by really harnessing a unique idea. And that's helped me and my students and the rest of my team to get some incredible results, which I'm going to share with you today. So if that sounds good to everybody, keep feeding the chat box. Let me know that sounds good. Somebody says, I quit my job 6 years ago to teach myself web dev, and it blossomed into a career. I love that. I love that. That's how I started, actually. And I'm going to talk about that right now. So some of those results that I've had include starting my own local marketing agency here on the island of Maui. It's called Nick Ponte Marketing. I really didn't get too creative with the name when I was starting it. I just kind of picked something and went with it. And honestly, I didn't really think it was going to work. I mean, I'm just like Sheena said, you know, I built a website for a bike company. That's how I got started. And things really just started to snowball from there. And I didn't know how to build a website, right? I want to point that out. I just looked it up online and I was able to figure it out. And fast forward to last year, Nick Ponte Marketing took in around $180,000 in revenue, which is a huge milestone for me. I mean, huge, right? That's more than I would have ever made as like the best automotive technician ever. Like I would have been the grandmaster automotive technician. I would have never made that much money. And, you know, that's all through 100% working with local businesses. That's like working with restaurants, activity companies, car rental companies, private chefs, you name it. Those are the types of customers that we have and work with. And if you search for terms like Maui SEO in Google, you'll find us at #1. Also like Maui website design, Maui social media marketing, anything that has to do with those digital marketing terms, you'll find us in Google. And you know, we get a lot of customers that way. And by the way, do I have any other agency owners on this call? Give me a shout out, because I like to know when I'm around my people. If you're here, Robert says yes, Amir says yes. Awesome. So, and if you're not an agency owner yet, stick around, because I'm going to show you guys how you can get started almost instantly, right? And that term, digital marketing agency, I mean, what does that really mean? You know, it sounds a little aggressive, right? Like an agency. Like when I heard that term agency, it just seemed so out of reach. It was this big, like in my mind, I thought there was some high-rise building somewhere that I would like have to own and have a huge team or an army of people helping me, you know. But actually, it was very different. I was able to start a quote-unquote agency by having a laptop and building a website. And that's how I started my agency, and really still continue to operate it till this day. So it sounds like this huge extravagant thing, but really it's just kind of a marketing term. So in this way, I've been able to grow a pretty successful business, right? And in late 2016, I met a fellow named Tom Gaddis, who's on the call with us now. You guys have heard from Tom. Tom was a restaurant manager and really just a regular guy, just like me. And I said this the other day, but Tom is definitely not a technical wizard either, right? Definitely not. I mean, we share a lot of the same. But we do share a lot of the same values, right? We work hard and we take good care of our customers, and that's really what's important to us. Tom has his own agency here on the island as well. It's called Hands Off Media, and he does the same. He works with local businesses, and rather than see each other as competition, we started to work together on client projects. And honestly, you guys, we started to take some action, and we got a pretty good handful of clients. I mean, we're keeping pretty busy. And while we were doing all of that, we noticed something out there. We noticed something when we were trying to learn more and grow our business. And what we figured out was a lot of the information online about making money and building a business wasn't necessarily all true. And I touched on that earlier. And, you know, what was frustrating for us was that we thought we'd land on a good idea or strategy, and we start to take action and end up, you know, halfway down this trail and figure out that this strategy doesn't work, because it was just an idea to make a product online, right? And, you know, it's so frustrating. I mean, can anybody here on this call relate to that? You guys ever think you've come across a good idea and start to take action on it, get invested, get emotionally invested, like thinking this is going to work for me, and then you at some point get to an obstacle where you're like, this doesn't make sense. Like the puzzle pieces do not fit, right? Rick says, oh, hell yes. Exactly, Rick. We can all relate to it, right? So for both Tom and myself, we decided to draw a line in the sand and make a change. So we started a little company called Offline Sharks in 2016, just a few months after I got started in my website design agency career, right? And Offline Sharks has quickly become one of the top training resources for people who are trying to build a business in today's digital age. And we were recently featured in Forbes. We were featured in Young Entrepreneurs Council, Business.com, Inc. magazine, and several other publications for our client getting strategies. And the reason is because they work, right? We've helped thousands start and grow successful digital agencies, and we've taken many of our students to 6 figures and beyond. But keep in mind, you guys, working with clients is really our bread and butter. We work with clients day in and day out, and it's the driving force behind Offline Sharks, which really leads me to what I want to talk to you about today, right? In our current market, you see, almost a month ago, gosh, the days are just blurring. They're blending all together, right? Josh didn't even know it was daytime. He thought it was nighttime, which I can certainly relate to, right? But almost a month ago.
It's also about to pour over here, so it's dark and gloomy, so kind of threw me off too.
I have the hardest time figuring out if it's Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. It's just one long loop.
In here.
And you can see almost a month ago on the left there, that's Tom and myself working hard, right? That's my home office. We got a big old French press of coffee right there in between us. And, you know, we were just taking action, doing our usual deal, prospecting, making sales, and everything was going great, right? But then something happened. Something happened that really just threw a serious coconut in the way of what we were doing. Anybody know? Yeah, of course, you all know, right? The pandemic happened, and we all had customers starting to reach out in fear. Did anybody have any customers, existing customers, leads, or anybody that maybe they were about to do some business with, get cash from, or anything like that? On the left here, you can see one of my customers says, I hate to ask, but is there any way we can stop this month's invoice from coming through? My account is negative with cancellations, and they're waiting to get the small business loan, right? And at the top, you have another one, customer of mine, we're doing Google ads for that guy. And he said that he wants to temporarily suspend his account. And at the bottom there, same thing, right? Slump in sales. I just canceled the other marketing contracts. We're going to have to be canceling this one as well. So anybody else see any of that stuff? I'm sure a lot of you can relate, right? Neil says association in London just got burned the exact same way. Sheena says indeed. Kim says I had to close my office for the past 2 months. All monthly payments were put on hold by me as a service, but that didn't help. Yeah, I know. David says been through it. Rick says he made some of the same requests. Right. So even being on the other side, I mean, we paused stuff ourselves, but as people trying to make money online, we were getting services paused on our end, right? And we were quarantined and shut down, and we were losing customers. And you can see in this image of my office that I recently signed the lease on basically 2 days before the shutdown. You can see we got quarantine plastic up, protecting me and the rest of my associates in the other room. This place has recently been dubbed the Shark Tank because of that. But we had to put some anti-corona wallpaper up just to be safe, right? But long story short, we were scrambling to figure out how to keep our agency afloat, right? With everything going on, we really needed to adjust. So we got lucky. And because we had all sorts of stuff going on, right, leading up to this, we were actually in direct access with some very high up people at Google because we were invited into something called Google's Digital Accelerator Program. Have you guys ever heard of the Google Digital Accelerator Program? Okay, a couple people. A lot of people know. Anyway, long story short, we had direct access to a team because of that program. We were invited to be part of that section of whatever Google was doing there, you could call it. You know, it was a new advertising method that they were beta testing. And one of the main lead guys who invited us, they found us online, Forrest, he told us a lot of valuable information of what was going on right now. And he was sharing with us what industries were growing right now as a result of what's going on, right? Which is very interesting information. I'm sure you all could agree which industries are growing. You probably want to know that being a marketer. And he was sharing information like search volume. Like one thing that really caught my eye was he told me that heating and air conditioning companies, right? The search volume was going through the roof because more people were at home for longer periods of time, like more than ever before. So air conditioning systems were just breaking down because they've never been used so much ever, right? And that was just a trend that he was seeing because he has this high level view of all that data, right? So people in the AC industry, I mean, great business to reach out to and potentially help right now, right? Because they need to get the info out there that there are a lot of people searching for them. So on the flip side of that whole equation, he could also see the ones that were falling down, the businesses and the trends that were getting hit the hardest, right? Which is important. It is really important because, and I felt so appreciative and appreciative that he was kind enough to share that data with us, because seeing those businesses that were struggling the most, it really stood out for us. And one of those trends that really stood out for us was the restaurant industry, right? Because as you all know, restaurants were basically ordered by the government to, shut down any in-dining experience at their brick and mortar locations, right? Anybody have any restaurants shut down in their area? A lot of people, all of us, right? But the thing about their unique situation is that they were still allowed to do takeout, delivery, and curbside, right? So crazy. I mean, basically all of their normal operations just shut down overnight, and they have this little glimmer of hope of a way to still make money, somehow pay the bills, somehow, make it work. And we started to think of an idea, because we know that people still need to eat, right? And these businesses are dying to keep customers because they still have to pay rent, like I said, and all the other expenses that they have, and they lost that way to make revenue overnight. So we started to think, what if we could find a way to help businesses continue to make more sales and help the community get fed in one central area online, right? So an idea.
Yo, Nick, you there? I lost your sound there for a minute. Hey, Josh, you can hear me, yeah? I think Nick's had a little technical difficulty. He got somehow kicked out of the webinar. So he's going to be...
Tom, I don't actually see Josh on here either.
Oh. Yeah,
I don't know what happened
us.
here. Just a little, yeah. So we can get him on in just a second here.
Yeah, awesome. Well, guys, hang tight. Sorry about the little technical difficulty there. Nice. Awesome. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah? Yeah, gremlins everywhere. That's right. David said, yeah, it happens. Yeah, hey, we weren't kidding when we said we weren't slick webinar operators. Yeah, awesome. So, yeah, hey, hold on, everybody. Let me
What the heck happened?
I'm not sure,
yeah,
but
I'm here.
Josh is gone as well. So anyway, so why don't you go ahead? We still have everybody on the line. We were telling some jokes, sharing stories till you got back. So just pick up right where you left off.
Okay. So are you guys still seeing my screen, or is that Tom's screen?
I still see your screen, Nick.
Interesting. Hold on one second. Bear with me, everybody. Because I don't even have that slide up, so I think it froze. Can you take the presenter real quick, Tom?
Yeah,
and then,
absolutely. Here.
1 second. Bear with us, everybody. I don't know what happened, but for some reason I got just kicked off the call. It just said you've been dismissed. Like the GoToWebinar.
Yep, there's my screen that you guys should be looking at now, so you should be able to take it back, Nick.
Okay. Hold on here. So let me grab the presenter from you. Sorry, everybody.
It wouldn't be fun if we didn't have some technical difficulty.
Yeah, I felt like we're making such good progress, right?
We're good though, yeah. You remember you got your spot where you were at and all that?
Yeah, I'm pulling up my slides right now for you guys.
Cool.
What do you guys think so far? You guys have any good ideas as to what's going on. You see where we are on the same page with the issue that was happening with the pandemic, how we needed to transition, and we started to get this idea of how we could help these business owners.
Yeah, I think one thing too is important to point out too, Nick, while you're getting situated there, is one of the reasons, why we share all this is because, when this happened to us, like, yeah, our agencies were humming along, but when clients started leaving and stuff, like, it really put us basically like back at the beginning, right? Like, we had to face that same situation that we were facing when we were first getting started. And not only that, but we were in a much tougher environment. Obviously people weren't going to be as, the economy is restricting, things are shutting down. So we really had to make an adjustment to do that, to figure out a way to continue to move forward. Because that's what great entrepreneurs do, right? Great entrepreneurs, like when the chips are down, you have two choices. You can give up, or you can just figure it out. I love that movie, The Martian, where he says, you just begin, right? You just begin. You solve one problem, then you solve the next problem, then you solve the next problem. So yeah. All right. Go ahead, Nick. I see you're back up there.
Okay, cool. So just to recap real quick, everybody, right? We had that high level view from Google. Restaurants are struggling. We've been seeing the trends. We've been seeing the data. And we got this idea, how could we still help the restaurants get more customers? How could we help the community figure out where they could get that information, right? We're all at home. Who here right now is at home? And you're like me, you've gone through, like I went through when this whole lockdown thing happened, I went down to Costco and I was like, I bought all my quarantine snacks and I probably ate them all on day 2. I mean, I really quickly was trying to figure out where to get food, right? So I knew that there were some restaurants that were open, but I didn't know which ones. I didn't know that you could get delivery from some of my favorite places that normally don't deliver, right? So we started to get this idea, what if we could just create a community resource website that had one central place for the community to discover the best local restaurants who are either still open, and if they are open, are they still offering delivery, takeout, or curbside, right? If we could do that, this would not only help the community figure out where to get some awesome food, like me, obviously, but the businesses would also get more exposure as well, right? Which means more customers and more sales. I see, okay, a lot. Somebody says, I gained a whole bunch of weight. I gained a whole lot of weight too. I'm looking extra fluffy right now. Shout out to all my fluffy people on the call because I ate like a whole tray of cookies last night. My fiance, she's not helping out, right? For some reason, she's baking to pass the time, which in turn for me equals not good, right? Not good. Yeah, somebody says, I think everyone is overeating, and I can agree, right? And the thing is that a lot of people, just like us, just like me, especially me, they want to know where to get some decent food right about now, right? Because most people, they're tired of eating the same old oatmeal, right? They want to figure out where they can get some good food. And so what if I told you guys that we were able to do that? We were able to kick off a resource just like that for all the businesses in our area with their specific information in one central place and have something like that set up in under 24 hours. What would you guys think? Would you guys be interested in hearing more about that? We were basically floored when we figured out, we uncovered a brand new way to get a yes from basically every business owner that we talked to. So cool, pretty please, cool, yes, and let's hear about it. Awesome, cool. Okay, so I do have some good news. I want to show this to you, but first I need you to pay close attention. Listen to me closely. This method does not require you to have any prior experience working with local businesses, okay? You can be a newbie, and this isn't some method that you've seen before. What we're doing is totally different and more effective than any other local client getting system that you've seen. This is something that is so important because businesses need this now more than ever. And you'll be able to do this business whether the economy is good or not so good, okay? So I want to introduce you to how we're doing this. And we created a little website. It's called We Deliver Maui, using what we call our influencer platform. And I want to show you how we do that. And actually, while I pull that website up, Tom, do you want to take a question, or do you have any mentions of anything you want to touch on real quick while I grab the site?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, first, I'm loving the interaction in the chat box, man. You guys are on it, like really great comments, really smart questions. And I see, people asking some things about like, but how did you get this started when other people have kind of been in this space? Like when you see what we're doing here, you're going to see how unique this can be to a local area. And there really isn't other things like it. Like, I mean, I guess there are similar things, but it's really unique because it's so local focused, right? What we're doing. And it's such a benefit to your local community that we were able to get a lot of traction right out of the gate, which we're going to show you in a minute. But yeah, you guys are going to love this. And like Nick said, it has been, this is just something this is something they need, right? This is something that they're looking for. Like we're definitely hitting a pain point that is common right now. And so this really just steps in and fills that void. So keep the great comments coming in. We're trying to respond to you as fast as possible. And yeah, and all will be revealed.
All will be revealed. Mark, I see your question. That's going to be revealed. Paul, I see your question. You guys are about to see what we're talking about here. So stay with us, right? You're looking at our website, right? This is the map of Maui. This is the little island over here where Tom and I live. And you can see we have all these pins on the map, right? All these pins are businesses. These are restaurants, actually. You got Outrigger Pizza. That place is awesome. It's like a brick oven pizza truck. Mana Foods, that's like a health store. Jollibee, that's like a new chicken place. And so you can see that all these businesses have listings, right? They all have listings. And when on their listings, they have a lot of information about their business. You can see real quick, anybody coming to this page can see that Coconuts does curbside, right? This artesian pizza place, they do delivery and takeout. So if I was on Maui and I was hungry and I wanted to figure out where I could get some good food, I would come to this website and I could quickly see in my area all these businesses that are still operating. And as a side benefit, all the businesses, they are putting the word out there, right? That exposure is something they get in the process. Now, one thing I want to point out to you is, and a lot of you have already pointed out on the call, and the question is like, how do you have something like this set up so quickly, right? Or how do you get in front of the whole situation that we have on our hands? Because normally when you look at this site, right, you would think, wow, that's cool, but Nick, that's going to take me 3 months to build, right? But that's not the case. You see, we got lucky. We were already working on something like this in the background, and we were able to just position it so that we could use it for right now. So if I wanted to add all of those businesses in my site, how long do you guys think that it would take normally for somebody to add all those businesses in their site?
Hey, Nick, can I clarify something real quick?
Sure.
I think one of the things that's important to point out is like when Nick says that we were working on something like this, what he really means is like we already had a platform in place that allowed us to create these sites super easy. Like we started this site from absolutely zero. Like we started from the complete beginning not very long ago, I think like around March something. So, this is this platform that we have that Nick's getting ready to show you just allows you to really quickly get set up and be able to start reaching out and prospecting. Speed of implementation is super key in the current environment, and that's exactly what this does.
That is correct. Yeah, this website, everybody, it's like 32 days old or something like that, but we were able to start prospecting, getting customers and things like that, which I'm going to share with you in a second right out of the gate, and I'm going to prove it to you. So stay with me. And Rick says at least 1 hour for each store after you got the company data gathered. Rick, you're probably correct. About an hour of business. right? It would take a long time to get a site like this up and running. But fortunately for us, if I wanted to add a lot of businesses really quick, all I have to do is head over to the lead importer, click find and import. And let's say I wanted to add sushi restaurants, right? Who here likes sushi? We all do.
I love sushi.
And I'm going to type in, yeah, and I'm going to type in my location, and you can see that this auto suggest box comes up, and you can see that it's powered by Google, right? All this information is coming directly from Google. So it's a really, really slick tool. I hit search, and what the tool is going out right now is it's going out and it's finding all the sushi restaurants in Maui. So those of you that are wondering, does this work in my location? As long as the businesses that you're prospecting are in Google, this will work for you. So the UK, you know, Canada, all those places, this will work for you. Now, you can see how quick was that, right? I've got tons of sushi restaurants in just a few seconds, right? It got their name, I got their address, I got the category directly from Google, right? Restaurant, food, point of interest. And let's say that if I wanted to add Lahaina Sushi, I could just select it and hit import. Or if I wanted to add all of these business at once, I just hit the button, select all. You can see they're all selected, right? I'm not going to do that because my site is live. I'm just going to pick a couple of them. Sushi Paradise. Oh, I like that place. It's actually right by my house. And I'm going to hit import. And I'm going to select the category, which is restaurant, right? Anybody can do this. And what the tool is doing right now is you can see that these have been tagged as imported, right? The tool went out and it got all their information. And if I go to the front end of my site, you'll see that free listings have been added right here for Sushi Paradise and Lahaina Sushi with all their information, right? Their category, their phone number, they got the tag, the category is a restaurant. They even have a pin on the map, which you can't see because we have so many businesses in our platform, right? What do you guys think about that? Yes, this is our product. This is our proprietary product. You can't get this anywhere else. We built this. Everybody says, cool, cool, love it, amazing, awesome. I've been trying to do this for a long time, but amazing. Okay, great. So a couple things I want to point out here. We're running a little bit behind because of our whole catastrophe that happened, but I think we're doing all right. So these free listings, right? We use this as a prospecting tool for us. Now, if I go to the free listing page, you can see it's very basic. You have some of the reviews from Google, you have a map, you have the basic information, right? Phone number, address, but we also have premium listings. Now, premium listings unlock more functionality. And if I go to my pricing page, you'll see that we have a monetary value of $247 per year for our premium listings because it unlocks more functionality. Businesses can add videos, they can add slideshows, they can add social media, they can add all kinds of stuff to their premium listing page, right? I'm going to show you an example of a premium listings. Let's check out coconuts real quick. So coconuts is a premium listing, and check this out. They've got a link to their menu, which is super important for these guys right now, right? They've got their social media icon, so you can go to their social media page. You can see the other delivery services and links to those delivery service page. I mean, that is a huge bonus, right? An added value for all of those people. We've even given the premium listings real estate, higher up real estate on our site, right? These are featured listings. They have a little badge next to them, so they can quickly see the value proposition that we're giving them to be a featured listing. And I know some of you are asking, can you use this in other industries? Yes, you can absolutely use this in any industry you want. If you want to do home services, I can talk more about that later, but specifically right now, we're doing restaurants because of what we're doing. And just stay with me, okay? There are so many ways that you can monetize this thing. I'm really just scratching the surface. I'm really just scratching the surface. And I don't have time today to show you all that stuff. The important things that you need to know is that you can get set up very quickly. You can give listings away, free listings. You can upgrade them to premium. You can take payment directly through the platform. You can charge whatever you want for the listings. You don't have to use our pricing model, right? And if you want, you can have a list of all these businesses to prospect with basically in an instant. Now that you've seen how quickly I added all those businesses, right? If I want to build a list of all of those businesses and their information, I just head over to the listings section, hit CSV export, and boom, all those listings have just been added into a list that I can now prospect with. Look at this, all of their information. Huge, right? And I'm going to share how we're connecting the dots with that in a second, but give me some love in the chat box if you guys are getting some ideas right now. If you see how you can come in and be the hero right now and help these businesses get more exposure, but also get into the community and help people get some good food. Love it, love it, love it. Wow, okay, everybody's loving it. That's good. I'm loving it, like McDonald's. Tom, did I miss anything here?
No, I know. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different things that the platform does. We obviously can't cover it all, but I think the key thing to remember here again is look how fast we can get a site up that really just looks, authoritative, professional, looks great. That's the key, right? Being able to get the site to a point where you can start doing your reach out and spreading the word about what you have going on, because the activity is what's going to bring in the paying clients, right? And how we lead with value with this is super important. And I know Nick's going to talk about all that right now, which I'm super excited for. And I can tell from the comments, people are super excited for too.
And a lot of you asked, can you have sites around other topics? Of course, you can have general community sites, medical, restaurants, CPAs, chamber, networking events. I don't want to get too crazy into that, but you get the idea, right? And you guys can see how easy that was, right? This is a testimonial from Tim Gregory, and he's normally very frustrated with building sites, and he's tried many times to set up his own website, and he's also very happy with how easy our system is to use to set up a site like that. So shout out to Tim. We appreciate you giving us the feedback. And I just want to recap, right? Because of the shutdown, our agency revenue is down. Most businesses aren't operating, and our customers are canceling their marketing services, right? Restaurants aren't allowed to have people dining inside, but they can still operate at some level. And we've created our influencer website, which allows us to get the word out there about businesses that are still operating, doing curbside or pickup. And it's all in one central place, right? But in the process of this entire thing, we get the ultimate foot in the door strategy. We get to establish a relationship with hundreds of business owners that need our help, And I do have a quick note that I want to share with you about how we've been able to do especially well with the respects to our current market we are in. Because anytime there's a huge economic shift, the people that are going to survive and make money with this thing are the ones that have a vehicle to get set up quickly, right? As we've been talking about, you need to be able to get set up quickly. You have to be able to get your thing going really fast to get in front of this. And normally to set a website like this up, it would take you months. Somebody said an hour per listing. I can import 100 listings. I mean, why do it that way, right? And actually at the end of this call, you guys, I'm going to show you how you can get set up for free by our team. So who here is interested in that? Let me get a show of hands in the chat box if you are interested. John says, I am. Gina, Ben, Rob, Sheena, me, Iha. All right. That's what I like to see. Because you guys, this has been an interesting, amazing way to keep busy right now, because we had this tool being developed in the background and we were working really hard on it, and it just so happened that it became extremely relevant, and we got lucky and were able to use it in this way. Because we were able to get set up so quickly, we immediately started reaching out to these businesses, letting them know that we've given them a free listing on our site. And of course, our end goal with this is to have an easy way to get a whole mountain of clients very fast, right? And we were able to do exactly that. So hold on, because this is where it starts to get really exciting. So all we had to do, everybody, is just start letting people know, right? And what I mean by that is all we really had to do is let people know that our site even exists. That way they would start using it, but also they would help us identify which businesses need our help as well. So I want to show you this super simple Facebook post, something that was just insane to uncover, because by letting people know about our site, we were actually driving traffic for free, right? And the truth is there are a ton of ways to do this, but here's a very fast and free way that anybody can do it. So this is a Facebook group that you can see here. It's called the Maui Mommies, or the Maui Moms. And you can see that Tom's wife, Miranda, came in here and made a post, right? And it's a public group. It's not public, it's just for moms. So Tom and I can't get in there, but there are so many public groups just like this that we're doing this in. And it's a simple copy and paste post that we share in these groups. And it spreads our message like wildfire, because it's a community resource and people want to let other people know about this resourceful site in their area. So you can see that Miranda makes a post. Here's a local website that my husband and his business partner created, helping to list out all the restaurants that are open. Still in the process of adding more. If you know one or are one, click the button. It's free. And people started telling us this business is closed. This business is open, right? And literally overnight, look at this. All of this traffic, all this engagement, people going to our site. This is free, you guys. This is free. I mean, it's like mob mentality because of the topic and because of what we're doing. So think about it. If you have a site like this that's promoting a list of awesome restaurants that are still operating right now with what's going on, and it's in your specific area, and people are happy to share it, they're actually proud to share it, people just call out businesses, tag them, and they're giving us their information. I mean, isn't that insane, you guys? In just a few hours? Isn't that insane? What do you guys think about that? I mean, who here thinks they know how to make a post on Facebook like this? Right? I think we all can do that. I know a lot of people get worried about like, oh, well, how do I get people to my site? Do I have to run ads? Do I have to do SEO, all that stuff? I mean, not when you're doing it this way. And look what happens. Look what happens. From that one post, people start wanting to add their businesses to our site, right? This guy, he gave us his business information and he wants a listing. He's waiting for approval. This guy, he says, are you adding Makawao as a location to your businesses soon? We launched our site so fast that we didn't even have all the locations. And he was like, hey, don't forget about me. Make sure you add my location, right? A new submission right here. This is Casanova's Bistro, great Italian restaurant downtown. They're reaching out to us, wanting to do business with us. So that's the business side, right? Now look at the consumer side. People starting to use the site, just looking for good food to eat, right? You can see that I'm getting direct messages from people saying, hey, Nick, what's that website for the food that you guys created called For in the Community? What's that website you created with the restaurant info? These are all private messages, people that know me, right? I made one post on Facebook and people start messaging me. I mean, this is what happens when you get behind a good cause. People support local businesses in your community. You guys see how now, if you're somebody that has never had anything going before, that you are now credible if you have something like this. Give me some ones if you can see how people start to trust you and people see you as an authority in helping businesses. Rob, Adrian, Rick, Maurice, awesome, awesome. I love it, you guys. Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep trying to push through this, you guys, because I know we got some more great info, and I know that you guys are loving this. So to be honest, you guys, we found that social media posting strategy, that was plenty enough, but we wanted to see what would happen if we just started to send some emails too. So we started to email those businesses. Remember how I just showed you how easy it was to get that huge list of business owners? You guys remember that? It took me like a couple seconds, right? So because they already have listings on our site, we thought, why not just let them know that they have a free listing on our site? It's a community resource website in our area. It's already live. And you can see in my email here, I said, we just want to verify that we have the correct information. And that's exactly what we did, which you can see in that image, right? And we go on to tell the owner about their listing, et cetera, et cetera. Who here thinks that they can send this email and feel pretty good about it? Like, do you think that you could copy and paste this email, edit the information of the business owner and send that out and feel pretty confident that, you know, you're sending out something that's really good, helping businesses right now? Right. Good. Awesome. I hope so, because I mean, you guys, this has really changed it for us. I mean, the results that we're getting right now have gone through the roof with this stuff. And I know as marketers, right, some of us immediately think, Nick, before somebody gives you their email and their contact information, when you send this out to them, don't they ask, how much traffic does your site get as an objection? So is anybody here on this call asking that question, like, Nick, but how much traffic does your website get? I'm going to give out another prize right now, actually, because I have a question for you, okay? And I'm going to give away another prize for the first person that answers this question correctly in the chat box. Sound good? So out of the 200 or so businesses we've contacted and prospected to, how many do you guys think asked us how much traffic our website gets before giving us their personal contact information and agreeing to receive more information about our products and services? How many do you think? Exactly, you guys are smart. None. And you know, why do you think that is, you guys? It's because normal people don't think that way. We're marketers, we're seasoned, we know, we're conditioned, we think that way. But when you ask somebody to verify their information on a website that's live like this, especially a business owner, trust me, they just want to make sure you don't have the incorrect address or phone number to confuse their customers, right? Especially right now while they are struggling. But you guys, well, actually, first off, Shark Team, can you guys help me identify the person that put that in the chat box first, so we can send them a prize?
Yeah, I think our winner is Karen Jordy.
Good job, Karen.
Karen, give us your email address.
Awesome job, Karen. So you guys, on a side note, even more than that, right? Check out the image above, because I want to point something out to you. For those of you asking, how do you drive traffic to your site? I mean, my response to you is this. Our number one goal really isn't to generate lots of traffic, right? It's to get customers and start business relationships. And we do this by leveraging credibility through our site and instantly having a resource with valuable information to the people that are using it. So we're contacting hundreds of businesses over the last few days. We start those relationships, we earn that trust and get their main, you know, contact information for decision makers. And if you pick a topic that people like, especially right now, you get free traffic. So look at this, you guys. You can see here, our site was started on May 21st, right? We made that one post in the Maui Mommies group, that one post, that free post. And look, we had over 100 people come to that website day one, right out of the gate. This site is only, you know, I put this image in here from April 27th. You can see that over here. I mean, we're a little over a month old and you see the traffic steadily increasing, right? Free traffic, you guys. Free traffic.
Yeah, this is with no SEO, no nothing, right? Like we just made a post on Facebook and started letting people know. Like,
and those of you that are using, you know, Done For You Suite, I mean, if you want to take this thing and put it on steroids, go ahead and boost this thing up. Boost your site up if you want to. I mean, that's just throwing gas on the fire, right? So I want to tell you, and I want to point this out. Now, remember this person from the last image, right? The person that we pointed out that their website was live on our site. We've given them a free listing. You guys see that? All we've done was verify their information, reach out, verify their information. Well, this is what happens. okay? Those people respond and they say, yes, that information is correct. I'm also interested in my SEO. I want to make sure that my SEO stuff is doing what it's supposed to. Maybe we can get together in the next couple of weeks. What do you guys think about that? Does that just prove our point about being credible and an authority right now? And honestly, you guys, of course, it was the next logical step for us to give him a call and have a easy discussion with him about, you know, what's going on, about his live listing on our site. And, you know, he already knew who we were, right? When we called him up, he was happy to speak with us. It wasn't a cold call. It wasn't a difficult conversation. We weren't trying to sell him anything. He already knew who we were. And I could tell you more about how we ended up selling him a $1,000 per month ongoing marketing campaign, or how we outsourced the whole thing and all that. And we have people just adding listings to our site, giving them away each day, but I'm not going to do that right now. The important thing that you guys see is how easy it is now that you have something to talk to with these business owners to have the easiest conversations ever. And when you give them these listings right now, it's so easy. It just goes through the roof, right? Your results go through the roof. And I do want to share with you a third way, if that wasn't enough for you to have success with this, right? Because I know a lot of people, they get a little scared when someone mentions using the phone, right? I know people get afraid of using the phone to contact business owners, but I want you to stop and imagine yourself for a second making this phone call. This is a very different type of phone call you're ever going to make, okay? Everybody just listen to me for a second, because I'm super introverted and I hate calling businesses on the phone, but the success with this has been crazy. So imagine this, right? This is your phone call. You call the business up and you say, hey, do you still do takeout or delivery? And they say, yes, we do. And you say, great. My name is Nick and I'm calling from wedelivermaui.com. We're a community resource website that's just helping to let the community know which restaurants are still open for takeout and delivery. We've given your business a free listing on our site, and we just want to verify that we have the correct information. What do you guys think about that? Who can do that? Somebody says, sounds like a job for a chatbot. You can do it with a chatbot. We actually, yeah, I'm not going to talk about that, but yep, you can easily do it with a chatbot. So people love to hear from us, right? We've contacted hundreds of businesses. I actually had to have somebody help me start contacting businesses because we had so much success and I saw such an opportunity. And out of the businesses we've contacted, we have emails from 71% and the rest declined. 33% were closed. So the ones that didn't, they weren't interested, they're closed, right? So think about this, you guys. In the last 30 days, we have literally taken over our entire island. We have every single restaurant on the island, their email address, they're on a list, they're working with us. They know who we are. We're building trust. And I have to tell you, the business owners normally are not there. They're not in their business because they're doing other stuff normally, right? But right now, when you reach out to these business owners or these companies, you find out that these business owners, they're in the business right now because everybody else is laid off and they're trying to figure out how to keep things operating, right? But normally there is a gatekeeper or a secretary who answers the phone or answers emails, and it's difficult to get a hold of the proper person, which is why so many people hate prospecting normally, right? But right now, you go right through the gatekeeper. I mean, who here has ever found a way to prospect and get that type of percentage for success rate? Ellen says, fantastic. And look at this, you guys. Between the emails and the phone calls, we are crushing it right now. And you can see this is just a snapshot of a portion of our leads who are then added to an email list from just a couple of days ago. These are warm leads every single day. And every one of these leads who comes and confirms their listing, we immediately add them to a list And that's how easy it is to start growing an actual business. Because now, when you have an email list like that, if you don't already know, you have a way to communicate to people one to many, right? No more one-on-one cold prospecting, walking into each individual business every day. We actually have a real business, because you know what we can do? We can send one email. This is me, smiley face. We can send one email to all these businesses about any service or product we're selling, can reach a ton of people who know us, but not only know us, they trust us and they see us as credible. Do you guys see how we have this legitimate business? This is a business. Is everybody with me? Are we on the same page? Do you see how, if you don't have a pool of customers like this right now, this could be your missing link as to why you're not making money? Carenza says, same page, Nick. Thank you, Carenza. I appreciate you giving me the feedback. Yes, yes, yes. Somebody says, this is everything. All exclamation points, especially in COVID times. Yes, Wendy, especially in COVID times. Marie says, I'm sold. This is amazing. Best way to be active while in the lockdown. And that's a great point, right? Like, make use of your time. This is working. This is working. And check this out. So whenever somebody comes in to our list, we automate this entire process. And you guys are going to love this. We have a 7-day email campaign that just drips out a new email every 24 hours. This is the new email right here, right, that you're looking at. And you can see we have all these emails here scheduled up. This is our welcome. This is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, right? Each day a new email goes out, and all we're doing is giving them tons of value, like social media graphics to add to their social media page to let people know they're still open, right? We're giving them our coronavirus survival guide in another day of emails. You know, whatever you can do to just make them feel warm and fuzzy and special, we're just giving it away right now, because the more trust we build with them, it's easier for them to want to do business with us. This is how we've changed to make use of our time and get more customers right now. And I mean, it's working, because as we go through this process of giving away these listings and adding users to a list and continuing to deliver value, something we call the influencer effect happens, right? Where people see us as credible. They start to respond to our email. So this is our automated email going out to Darren, right? But look how Darren responds to this email. He says, we are very interested in how we can work together. We are currently using Bite Squad for delivery, but open to more opportunities. He responded to that email. Do you guys know why he responded to that email? It's because he trusts us, right? And we have authority. And for a lot of people right now, especially if you're new and you don't have any confidence in what you're doing, this is a total game changer for you, because you instantly become credible. Do you guys see that? Do you see how this can continue to bring you customers regardless of the current situation we are in? And I see a lot of your questions come in, you guys. I'm going to get to the questions at the end of this, because, you know, I want to get through this. Ellen says, absolutely. And I'm sure a good portion of you are just sitting on some awesome services that you could sell these people, right? If they were to be reaching out to you asking for more opportunities on how to work together. Maurice says, this is an evergreen approach. It is, Maurice. You're absolutely correct. And look at what Jacqueline goes on to tell us recently. This is the influencer effect happening for Jacqueline. She says she spent $10 on a Facebook post, reached 1,770 people, and had 117 link clicks. She's been following up with leads and people wanting to pay her to run social media campaigns, Google My Business, and she's now someone's digital manager, right? She goes on to say that she's pleased to get work even in this climate. This is the influencer effect happening when you build trust, credibility, and authority, you guys. People naturally want to reach out and do business with you. That's what our system instantly does for you. And normally we're giving people basic listings for free, right? and we call to verify the contact information, and we offer to upgrade them to premium listings, which they pay $247 per year for. This unlocks more functionality, which I told you about. And with the current situation we're in, it's more important now than ever before to give value to your prospects, even without expecting a sale right away. We are in an unprecedented situation, you guys, and it requires something different to be effective, right? Temporarily, we've been giving away premium listings just to get traction and build our list. And we have our strategy in place of offering other services on the back end. So of course, what we're doing is building an actual business while this is all going on. Because a lot of people right now, they're stuck at home because they haven't been building a business, right? If they had been building a business and just spent a little time doing something like this, they'd be like us, which, I mean, Tom will tell you, we've been busier than ever before. And, you know, I don't know a lot of people that have been busier than ever before, right?
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
It's been crazy. And another way that we monetize the site is we have ad spaces for sale to any business, which you can see. If anytime you go to a listing, you can have an ad space available, which we sell for $97 a month, and you charge that directly through the platform. You get paid each month, or you can just give them away as a deal sweetener to maybe knock someone off the fence of purchasing a website with you. Maybe you just do something like give them a $500 value of offering a free advertising space on your site for 5 months. I mean, why not, right? It's free to you. It doesn't cost you anything, and you can score that website, right? I mean, you can get creative with these listings, these value enhancers, because now you have a way to give away something of high perceived value, right? Or you can be like Shannon, who's running a full-time business selling listings. I mean, look at his feedback that he gave us about having sold over 55 premium listings and counting, charging $299 to $499 per year. And he goes on to tell us that the website has opened up a lot of doors as well. And he mentions how much fun he's having with it, right? It's so important. I mean, this business model is fun. And I don't know about you, but I didn't leave my job to do something that I didn't enjoy. And having a cause like this to get behind, you guys, it makes it so much fun. I mean, it's some of the most fun I've had in marketing ever. So keep that in mind, right? And let's go back to Shannon for a second. 55 premium listings. That's somewhere in the wheelhouse of $17,000 to $25,000. That's just getting rebilled to him, recurring revenue each and every year, right? That's just, I mean, that's just gravy, because as he mentioned, it's opened all kinds of other doors for him, right? He's doing websites and social media and stuff like that. And that listing money, that's just money on the bottom line, right? Who here would like a 25K base just through something like that, just through some premium listings? Somebody says gold mine plus more. Me, I would. I know we all would, right? And having access to something like this allows you to do that. So I do have to ask you guys, do you see how you can harness the influencer effect in your business? You guys see that? And also, are you happy that you came to this webinar? Let me know in the chat box below. You guys realize the advantage that you have in your market by using some cutting edge influencer techniques right now, especially right now? Do you guys see that? Can you see yourself using what I showed you today to help grow in your business and your ability to be seen as credible and an authority in your market right now? I mean, even if you just use a tiny fraction of what I showed you today, would you guys say that your time here was well spent? I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys letting me know. Like I said, I'm not a masterful presenter guy. I'm just passionate about what's going on here because it really, really works. And I just want to say, you guys, would you like to spend even more time going together and letting me show you how to make further impact with these influencer sites so they can show up in your business and help you to get more customers? Because the reality is, what I gave you today It's incredibly valuable, right? But one training isn't going to create the change in your life that you want and you deserve. What we shared is really just the tip of the iceberg. And if you want to go even further than what we talked about today, you guys are going to love what I have in store for you. And I see a lot of you in the comments right now that are just saying, I want to buy right now, but you won't let me. It's funny. But I want to show you Agency Growth Machine because you guys, it's the fastest way that you can gain instant credibility, close more deals, build recurring income from your home, regardless of the economy. I mean, if it's bumpy, if it's rocky, if it's high, if it's low, if it's bumpy. I mean, you guys, our students are making use of their time right now. In fact, they're actually making money, right? And here's what's included in AGM. You're going to get the customized influencer site. You get the one-click bulk upload businesses tool. That's our proprietary software. You also get the Tom-proof, customized look and feel functionality of our site. Anybody can do it. The free and premium listings. You get the ad spaces you can sell. It integrates with payment gateways for easy payment. It's integrated with the maps and the pins for the listings, right? You're also going to get our step-by-step video training. And that's what makes this so easy for anyone to do this. We show you how to get everything set up step by step through video every step of the way. We even give you all the strategy that you need to get set up, start building your list, and start collecting payments immediately. Now remember that this software is so user-friendly that Melissa goes on to tell us that she worked with a lot of themes in the last 20 years, and this is the easiest, cleanest, best working right out of the box theme that she has ever seen. She's going to be launching in a few days and is so excited. And Melissa's new site is awesome, and we love to hear that. So shout out to Melissa. And imagine for a minute, you guys, that you're bringing in a steady income from your new business, right? You're working from home. You finally have a list of customers. Finally have that list of customers. It's so important, right? You have money to cover your bills. And of course, now you get to live your life on your own terms. You're not stressed out about the money anymore. You finally silenced the doubters that said you couldn't make your own business work. And you're not just surviving, you are thriving. Just like Jason. I got this message from him the other day, and he said he got 3 sales today, $250, $497, and $1,500, which, I mean, an ad space, a premium listing, and a 5-page website. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? With Agency Growth Machine, all of that is possible. And when you combine the influencer site technology with our step-by-step training, you have everything you need to get customers each week from the comfort of your laptop, regardless of the economy. So here's the deal, everybody. All this is possible because we built that amazing software. And honestly, it took us a lot of time and money. A while ago, we put together some stats, and the figure was $25,000 to build the software. It's a lot more than that. That doesn't include the countless hours of time and testing that we've put in to do that. And we're gonna hand everything over to you today to put your own site in action and get customers. And when you consider that most other directory sites out there that don't do anything close to what our sites do will set you back $2,000, and the fact that we normally charge $3,000 for this type of training, it would be easy for us to charge $3,997 for this money-making bundle. And even at that price, it would be worth it since you'd make your investment back within a few short weeks when you land your first client. Some of our students land clients right out of the gate too. So when you make this wise decision to get Agency Growth Machine, you're not going to pay anywhere near $3,997. In fact, you guys aren't going to pay $2,997 or even $1,997, which would still be a steal, right? We want to make this available to you. We want to see people to make use of their time right now, have something to be successful with right now. So we're going to make this available to you. Today, we're going to give you the special VIP pricing of $497, but that's just a fraction of the video training that we've offered in this course. But wait, you guys, hold on. If that wasn't enough, I want to make this as easy for you to hit a home run as possible. Hold on. We've added 50 fast action bonuses for you, for Josh's tribe. And I'm guessing these are going to go quickly. So I do want to mention real quick right now, you guys, if you were one of those on this webinar, and I know a lot of you were, that you see this idea and you're like, oh man, Nick, the light bulbs have just been going off the entire time. And you see how we and our students have been just making major advances in our business with speed and ease with this software and this method. And you know that this is going to make it so easy for you to have these conversations with these business owners. Then I would suggest that you go to offlinesharks.com/Josh and you go pick up your copy of Agency Growth Machine right now, because I'm going to go through these bonuses, and believe me, these bonuses are so good that people are going to jump on them. And you want to make sure that you lock in your copy of AGM as well as all the bonus packages. Okay, so I'm going to go through the bonuses. You're going to hear me in the background. You should go to the page right now. If you're one of those that know that, you know, this is for you, go do that right now. I'll circle back around to the bonuses later on in the presentation. But if I were you, I'd go lock those in right now. So everybody with me? Everybody ready? Someone, hope you guys are all on the same page. Okay, cool. So bonus number 1. You guys remember how I said you can get all of this set up for free? Well, as a first bonus, our team is going to set up your first site for you. When you jump in today, you guys, this is a $497 offer. For most people, not having a website set up for themselves, it's usually because they don't know how to do it, right? So I want you to let us do that for you. Let us do that for you. It's a crazy offer, right? I'm sure a lot of you are jumping over to that page right now just to be one of the few who get that bonus, because you know how valuable it is. So bonus number 2, you guys remember that 7-day email sequence that we use when we get people to sign up to our list, the one that gets people to reach out and ask for more information? It just opens the door and basically asks us to tell them about our products and services. Well, we're going to give you that exact email sequence that we use. That thing is worth its weight in gold. You guys can take that thing, use it for yourself, just put your information in it. That's a $297 value. I would honestly say that it's a lot more than that. It's $297 because that's how much it took to get it made. But you know, the money that we've made, the people that reach out indirectly from that, I mean, that has paid for itself more times over than I can. I mean, $297, it doesn't even compare. So bonus number 3, that's the developer license. Now I want you guys to think about this. Okay, I've shown you examples of how one client using this method, where we give them a business listing on our site, gives us the opportunity to sell multiple services to this one business, right? I've shown you that, how we get dozens of payments from one business in our site that we've given a free listing to. But with this bonus, your AGM site can hold hundreds, even thousands of businesses just like this. We're going to give you unlimited listings in your website. It's a $997 value. And if you want to build additional sites, you can build as many as you want. You have a developer's license. You can build as many additional sites as you want. If you want to do something in the home services niche, you want to do a real estate site later, you want to do anything you want later, you can build those types of sites, okay? And bonus number 4, which I am extremely proud of, is our done-for-you marketing material. You guys are going to get copy-paste emails, social media posts, the ones that drive that free traffic, right? You get phone scripts. So if you want to call those businesses and verify listings, that super simple phone script that I gave you, I've got it written down for you. If it wasn't easy enough, you can just read it off a prompt and or read it off a piece of paper, and you can have success doing that. Anybody can do it. We're going to give you appointment setter scripts, literally everything that you guys need to get moving on this thing as soon as possible. This bundle right here, it's valued at $1,997, but we have spent thousands and months creating it, okay? Remember, keep in mind, everybody, we're doing this every single day, right? When we need something new, when we see some change in the market, when we want to do something different, we have our team create whatever we need, right? We have high quality done for you material. It's important for us to have high quality stuff, never PLR. And we get it made and we give it to our community. We give it to you because we want you to be successful as well. We don't hold anything back from you. Now, bonus number 5, although you guys are in business for yourself, you will never be alone. Our team and I will personally review any website that you guys create for this business and let you know if we recommend any changes. This ensures that you are doing everything on point and accurate, and you can feel that you'll get the best results possible, right? This bonus, it's a hands-on bonus. It's valued at $697, but you get it for free when you get AGM now. All you have to do to lock that in is go to offlinesharks.com/Josh. And like I said, you know, those bonuses are flying off the shelf. I know they are. I don't even have to look because what an incredible opportunity we have for you. And I do see that people in the chat box are saying you guys are crazy for having that price, right? $497. That's how I know that people are excited to take action on this, because I mean, $497, you guys, that's just a fraction of the done for you material, right? When you get Agency Growth Machine right now, we've massively cut the price. You get everything for our VIP pricing, $497. All you have to do is go to offlinesharks.com/Josh. And again, I mean, we're doing this because we want to bring an awesome product to you, to your community, so you have a chance to take and make use of your time right now. We know that we have something extremely relevant. I mean, our system today that I've showed you, obviously, I mean, it's extremely relevant, right? And we want to start working with you. So keep that in mind, you guys. This is a extreme VIP price for you today for Josh and his tribe. And I do want you to meet David, because he's an example of someone who just got started. And he goes on to say that he's already gotten 3 clients using AGM, and it made his prospecting so much more enjoyable and non-threatening. I like that word, non-threatening, right? Because I personally, like I said multiple times in this call, I don't like doing that stuff, right? But when you have something like this, a cause you can get behind, I mean, it's different. He recommends it to anybody having trouble getting clients. So is anybody on this call having any trouble getting clients? Has anybody had any trouble with that? Sheena says yes. Marvin says yes. This could be the missing piece for you guys. And you know, I think right now, if you guys have any questions, please stick them in the chat box, right? I want to circle back around, but I do also want to bring Josh on, if you're still there, Josh. I know we got kicked off earlier. Hey, cool.
Yeah, and I just want to say that definitely a lot of people are excited, and a lot of people have jumped in already. So welcome Kim, she's jumped in. George has jumped in. Ronald has jumped in. John, Steven. Okay, so Rick, Frederick, Steve, David. So a bunch of people have jumped in already. So make sure you guys are jumping in. Those first 50 spots are gonna be going fast. And I just want to say one thing as well that I mentioned in my emails, that the Offline Sharks Facebook group as well is one of the top Facebook groups out there. Okay, so I mean, you know, you guys are getting the Q&As, but that group where you guys are in and posting all the results and helping people, I mentioned it in my emails that it's easily one of the best Facebook groups out there.
I appreciate that, Josh. I mean, you know, we spend a lot of time, you know, our team as a whole, you know, we're a unit, and we take a lot of pride in doing that, you know. And so, you know, you guys, when you become a member, you definitely get access to that. And we have, I think what really sets that group apart, Josh, is that the people in there are taking action, right? They're doing stuff. They're not just sitting on their hands, just waiting for something to fall their way. Like, those are people that are taking action. So when you have a question, or you have something that's like an obstacle in your way, and you go to that group and you make a post, like, you're gonna get people that are going to give you real answers, stuff that will help you, that's working because they're doing it themselves. So I think that's really what sets that group apart.
Yeah, for sure. And you could just feel that energy too. That same. It's like a one of those results
And just so you guys
driven
know,
groups.
yeah, it is. It is a bunch of hungry sharks, right?
Hey, Nick, can
Yeah.
I?
So you guys, I know. Yeah. One question I want to answer real quick, Tom, before you chime in is, somebody asked if our platform integrates with Sendio, and of course it does. Of course it does. Josh asked us a while back. You know, he saw this and he said, you know, hey, this would be great if we could get Sendio integrated. And you know, I mean, Josh is our good buddy. I mean, we did that right quick, right? We integrated
Yeah.
Sendio. If you guys want to use Sendio as your list building tool, or you know, all you have to do is put in your API and it's good to go. We've got some step-by-step training videos how to set that up too. So
Yeah, you guys made it happen within like a week or two. I think it was pretty fast.
yeah.
So Erkin just joined us. Also, Marvin, awesome. So great to have you guys on board. Someone is saying I'm having trouble getting my payment processed. Sarbjit. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. All right. So if it went through, then you should be okay. Maybe the guys can have a look at it to confirm.
Yeah. Sargent, if you put your email in the chat, then one of our team can take a look, make sure we got it all set.
Karen is in already. Awesome, Karen. Great to have you on board. And you had definitely the luck on your side today. And if you guys have any questions, if you're on the fence about joining this, let us know in the chat box. We'll be here to get your questions answered. I mean, I can't really add much to what was shared today. I mean, I think they delivered on exactly what I told you that was going to be shared in the emails that I was sending to you guys. Like I said, this is easily one of the best strategies out there for getting your foot in the door with these local businesses. Not only right now during what's going on, but even into the future after we pass this, the whole pandemic. I mean, this is one of those evergreen strategies that is just genius, okay? And just being able to position yourself as the authority first and just get that foot in the door with these businesses. I mean, it can definitely take you a long way getting in now, helping the businesses that are struggling, and then way after, you know, for a while you'll be able to use this and just take off with it.
Yeah, I see a couple of questions coming in. Do you guys mind if we address those real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, cool. So, yeah, welcome to everybody that's in, by the way. Sorry, my throat got a little scratchy there. One of the questions that I see people asking is, what about when things go back to normal? Like some places, are starting to slowly reopen, like what's going to happen then? And, the thing I would say to that is like, it's going to be even better when things start to reopen, especially if you take action now and start leading with value and building those relationships. Because think about this, as we start to return to normal, we now have a list of hundreds of businesses, right, that we can continue to reach out to and talk about ways to improve their business, help them get new clients, like without having to, go one person to one person to one person. Like we now have a relationship with those businesses. On the other side of that, like right now we're giving away our premium listings, right? Just to really lead with value and wow people that come into our site. But as we come out of this, we're going to go back to our original model of charging for those premium listings. But now think about this. Once we start doing that, we have all of this social proof on our site, like all these businesses that are on that site looks fantastic. It's really humming along. So it's going to be much easier to upgrade people to premium listings, any new businesses that come in, because of the relationship and the way that we're putting the site together now. So I think as things go back to normal, this becomes even more valuable. Also, because there's going to be more confusion about who's open, what's not open. Like, what businesses can you go to, what you can't. And this is a place where people can stay updated and they'll be used to going there, right? So this really is the prime time to build traction with this, because people are really in this community building mode. They want to help their local businesses. It's really big right now, So this is the time to ride that wave. So that's one question. The other one was, I saw a couple people on here were like, so is my site ready? Like they were asking how long to get the site set up. And like, I love the action taking mindset to get up and running today. And our Shark support team is super awesome. You guys will find out they're super great. It normally takes, for most people, 24 hours, at the most 48 hours for us to get your site up and running. So, we have a lot of people on this call, a lot of people jumping in. So just be patient with them. But our team works really hard, pretty much 24/7. So, if you jump in, as long as you can get them the info we need, which we show you what that is and tell you what that is inside the training, then we can get it set up usually within 24 hours, but 48 at the most.
And I believe easily half of the 50 spots are gone already. And Pat has just joined. Jacqueline has just joined as well. Another Michelle has joined. So guys, the spots are going very, very quickly. Welcome everyone as well. I'm excited for all of you guys.
Yeah, we're excited to have you guys in. Like, welcome to the Sharks family. And that's really what we are at Offline Sharks, right? We're a community, we're a family, we're committed to helping each other out. Josh mentioned in the Facebook group, you guys are going to find tons of, honestly, smarter people than Nick and I that are really crushing it with local marketing and these systems. And, they are super willing to share their experience, their time, their information with other Sharks, as we are too. We also do monthly coaching calls for Agency Growth Machine where we, share our current strategies, what we're doing, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we love to have you guys in. So really awesome. Let's see. People are, I see people asking about hosting. So just to clear that up. So we could have easily made this system so that we kind of held you hostage, right? But we didn't want to do that. We want this to be an asset you own. So you do use your own hosting and your own domain name. Sorry, Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a good point. You guys, a lot of people in the chat box have said we're crazy for charging what we're charging. Everybody assumes that we're going to have a monthly fee, an annual fee. We probably should do this moving forward. Like I said, this is a special VIP pricing for Josh, right? For you guys. And so, if you see this and you're interested, you should obviously take us up on it. There are a lot of people that are wondering how they can get started today. And it's a good question, because while you're getting your site set up, all you have to do is go to Facebook and make a post that says, hey, I'm starting a community resource website in our area. That same post that I made, right? And you can just test the water and see, who would be interested in something like that. And you would be very surprised. You'll get a lot of information, a lot of businesses, a lot of people already reaching out for you, and you don't even have your site set up yet.
Kenneth just joined as well. Welcome aboard, Kenneth.
And I do have a couple more slides, you guys, of some action takers from just like the last 24, 48 hours, because every single day I open up our Facebook group and there's just people that are like, I made this many deals, I got this many customers. So I want to go through those real quick just to give you some more visual proof of what's going on. And if you do have any more questions, please post them in the chat box, okay? But as I do that, or as you do that, check this out. Here is the case study, another one, where you can see we reach out to verify the business information. And so when you reach out to verify the business information, a response that you'll see happen is someone requesting to purchase the premium listing for a year. This is pretty typical because these businesses get more exposure to their site, right? This is how we build that recurring revenue into our business. Look at this slide with all of these. This is just some people that I grabbed out of our community. These are sites being made and are made right now. Look at this guy, Jason, at the top left. He has created something with 460 cities and counties, imported 2 whole counties with 413 listings, and sorted into categories, exported all the lists, and he's given it to some callers to do the outreach. I mean, so think about this, guys. That guy, like, he has 413 listings and he exported the list, and he has people going out there contacting those business owners and putting them on a list after verifying their information. So coming out of this, right, moving forward, somebody had that question about moving forward. Who would you rather be? Would you rather be the guy that has 413 people on a list and those people know, like, and trust him? Or would you rather be the guy that sat on a webinar, saw a fantastic idea that you totally resonated with, but you thought of something that held you back from taking action with something like this, and as a result, you come out of this thing, right, and you don't have a list, you don't have a list of customers, you don't have prospects, and you know, you didn't take advantage of the time you have right now, which I think is one of the most important things about this webinar, you guys. Aside from buying, aside from jumping in right now, think about this, you guys. You have this rare opportunity right now. So many of us at home right now where, you know, the world is shut down, right? It doesn't get shut down very often. I mean, this could be a once in a lifetime opportunity where you have now more time on your hands than ever before, right? We hear so often like, Nick, I want to start my business. Tom, I want to become an entrepreneur, but I just don't have the time, right? A lot of you, who here can relate to that? How many of you have wanted to get started, or you've got started, but you lost some steam because you just haven't had the time? Yeah, exactly. I see so many ones. Yes, me, exclamation point. And right now, think about this, Sheena, Ellen, you know, everybody that can relate to what I'm talking about. You have right now more time than ever before. Arguably the most time you will ever get to start this thing up, right? If you can't commit right now with an opportunity like this and the time that you have right now, I mean, whenever are you going to do it, right? So I would implore you to muster up whatever commitment, encouragement, you know, momentum you can get going right now with this, because we have a timely situation going on right now. You should be starting to build your business, right? Don't get bogged down by, you know, whatever you're thinking that could become an obstacle. Like if you see a strategy like this and you see all these people and all this social proof behind it, trust in the fact that this process is working for so many others. If you follow the strategy, it could work for you. I'm not going to tell you, like I said at the beginning of this presentation, it's going to be push button, just, you know, immediately work overnight. But this is probably one of the fastest things that you could get going. And if you take action and you're consistent with this, you could have some reasonable results. I mean, this is one of our students right here. I mean, tons of leads overnight, right? Look at Victor. Okay, this is a great example. Victor sent out an email at 8:30 a.m., right? He got a response 30 minutes later saying, yes, all of the information is correct, but please speak directly with the business owner. And Victor gave us his direct contact information. So, I mean, that's how you do it, you guys. You give out a listing, right? You give out this listing, high perceived value. You send out an email. Great example here with Victor. Most places will have a secretary or a gatekeeper answering the phones or the emails because the business owners are busy. They don't want people to contact them, right? But look how this goes right through the gatekeeper to the decision maker. She gave Victor the decision maker's contact info in 30 minutes and says, you know, please note all promotional business needs to be handled directly with the business owner. Do you guys see how that changes the dynamics of prospecting? And here's another example of a $399 payment for a premium listing. I mean, where does this money come from, right? I mean, the process is simple. You add the listings, you get behind a good cause, right? You pick a topic that's a good cause, you add the listings, you let people know about their listings, they see the perceived value that you're offering, and you get paid for it, right? You get paid for it, or you create a relationship with somebody who knows you now, they trust you, you build the credibility, and you monetize it moving forward, right? You plant seeds. Right now, we're living in an unprecedented time, everybody. It's different. Things are different. You have to shift. For me, when we got into this whole thing, I started prospecting and I immediately tried to sell people right out of the gate because I thought I had a good talking point. And what I found out was like, don't try to sell right out of the gate. That's not going to work. People are freaked out right now. And we just shifted. And this shift is what we're doing is, we're temporarily giving the listings away for free. And then people want to know what else we can do for them. It's a shift in what we're doing. And you can see another subscription for a premium listing, $499. This he's raising his prices on the listing because of the value that he brings to his customers. Look at this, you guys. The method is so powerful that people are reaching out, wanting to add regular businesses that aren't restaurants to my delivery Maui site. So those of you that want to build other industries and niches, I mean, you should, don't let that stop you. Pick whatever niche you want to go after. Businesses see the value, the exposure that they get from it. And I do see, you guys, I want to go through the bonuses again one more time real quick because I know, they're flying off the shelf. A couple of questions.
Maurice and Robert have jumped in as well, so the spots are continuing to go.
Awesome, Maurice. Awesome, Robert. Somebody wants to have a bonus package saved. I'm trying to give the priority to people on the call right now. I'll let you know. What do you guys think? Let me go through these bonus packages again. We'll see where we end up. So, you guys, number one, bonus package number one, right? Our team is going to set up your first influencer website. That's a $497 value. Who on this call right now does not have a website for themselves? Let me know in the chat box if that's you. Who still doesn't have their own website yet? All right. A bunch of people, right? Ellen, Sarbit, Kim, Rob, Ronald, Sheena, Adrian, and I'm willing to bet that one of the reasons you guys don't have a website yet is because, you just don't know how to set it up, right? You don't know how to set it up. They're pricey. If you wanted somebody to set it up, it's thousands of dollars most times. We charge in my agency, we charge $8,000 for a website. But right now, you guys, today, you can get arguably the best foot in the door strategy out there, which is our website. You can have multiple ways to monetize your website. And in this bonus right here, we're going to set it up for you. That bonus alone is worth the price of this entire thing. For those of you that don't have a website yet, Adrian, Garish, Kim, Rob, Ronald, Sheena, I know a lot of you are already in, so you will have a website moving forward, which is great. That's awesome. You already saw the value in it. But any of you that I've called out, and there are a lot of you that I haven't, please consider that, right? Consider getting yourself a website like this set up for, the most inexpensive price you'll probably ever get. Now, bonus number two, you guys remember that 7-day email sequence, right? The one that basically opens the door for people to ask us like, hey, what else can you do for us? We're going to give you that exact email sequence. It's a $297 value. You guys can use that with Sendio, with your outreach methods, whatever you want to do. You just edit it for yourself, change out our information and use your information. And that way you can get the influencer effect happening for you. Bonus number three is a developer license. Now, a lot of people, they want more than one website moving forward out of this because they have so much success, they have so much fun with it, and we want to give you unlimited installations so you can build as many websites as you want. You're also going to get unlimited listings in your site. That's a $997 value. We have a lot of students that have multiple websites, so I know that this bonus right here is a really solid one. And those of you that have those thoughts in your head, you just got the light bulbs going where you're like, oh, I'm going to do one here. I'm going to do one here in this topic, in this place. This is for you. Bonus number four is our done for you marketing material. You get copy paste everything, social media posts, phone scripts, right? We actually have an appointment setter blueprint in our members area. It's a training that we show you how to hire an appointment setter to make all the calls for you. So like you import all the listings, right? And then you export the list and give it to somebody to make all the outreach calls for you. You pay that person on commission. So it's based off of how many businesses they put you in contact with. We have that blueprint, that all the scripts they need, all the training they need. We give you a hiring manual to show them how to do that. There's so much in this course, you guys, so much good information, so much more strategy that I haven't even really touched on, you know, because I want you to be focused on what we're talking about here, this way to get a tremendous amount of results really quickly.
Yeah, I think.
And so bonus number 5 is the monthly Q&A coaching calls, you guys. These calls are awesome. I mean, we got tons of people in there just taking action, asking questions, sharing strategy. You know, you want to be a part of those calls. So make sure you guys jump in and grab that bonus as well. You go to offlinesharks.com/Josh. And sorry about that, Tom. What were you going to say?
No worries. I was just going to say, like, I mean, you're right on the money. Like, as you guys are probably starting to realize from just what you've seen in this presentation, like there's lots of ways and there's lots of ways to monetize this, to really, you know, make it better, to supercharge it. And even though we've only talked about a really small portion of that on this call, we did that on purpose because your main focus should be to just start getting cash flow, right? Let's lead with value. Let's build a list so that we can start getting cash flow as quickly as possible. And what we've laid out on the training today is a super fast and highly relevant way that works today, right? That's working for us. It's working for other people. Like, we know it works today. If you just focus on doing that, you can add in all the other things. Like, I think when you get in the members area, you're going to be like, holy cow, they really over delivered. Like, I had no idea all this stuff was in here. Like, there's all kinds of things you can do to, I mean, basically supercharge is the only thing I can think of, and we have it all in there. But don't let that distract you. Like, remember what we talked about with speed of implementation. Super, super important that you laser focus in on getting a site set up to the point where you can start reaching out to people, or that you start reaching out to people even before you get the site set up, because that is the thing that moves the needle. Doing that moves the needle significantly. All the other little ways to make more money with this and make your site look super, you know, like add a chatbot to it or whatever it is, those things, yes, they can move the needle, but not as much as just creating that momentum and building that list. That's going to be the thing that really moves the needle. So you want to focus on that. We call them at Offline Sharks, we call those RPAs, revenue producing activities. We should always be focusing on revenue producing activities. So, hey, if you guys are in, put in the chat box, let us know so we can give you a shout out. I know we had a ton of people jump in. We don't have that many fast action bonuses left. I think less than 15. So yeah, if you want to jump in, do that. I see Chun says, I'm in. Welcome, Chun. Let me type that in. Welcome, Chun. Super excited.
Robert says, can I duplicate a site from one host and move it to another? Yes, Robert, you can. Rob says, which hosting do you use? Bluehost, Gator. So let me show you guys the members area real quick, because Rob, we have all this lined up for you in your members area. So all those like general questions, you know, what would a good domain be? What hosting should I use? Where should I start? All those questions, I'm going to show you right now where you can see those answers. So 1 second, bear with me here. So when you join in, you're going to get an email that will take you to access your product, right? This is our website. You can log in by going to the top right corner of the screen and logging in. And once you're logged in, you go to the My Courses section on the left, and you will have access to Agency Growth Machine, right? So you log in there, and you have the welcome video, right? 4 topics watch first. Shows you how to access your bonuses, how you can register for the live coaching call, how you can join our various groups. And then this is how you get started, right? You have all your setup and operations, which if you're one of the few that get us in that bonus or take advantage of that bonus, you probably don't want to pay too much attention to that, aside from how to like set up or add your own information and your logo, like those sections, because you know we're going to set your site up for you, but you're going to want to customize it to yourself, right? You're going to want to add your own logo, and we have all of that training right here, right? Step-by-step training for you, videos, all easily digestible. Look at this. This is only, 2-minute video, easy to do. We don't want to have those long videos. Who hates those long videos where you're watching something for hours just to find one little thing that you need to do? We don't like our content, our members area, how we do it. I mean, it's so different than how other people do it. And, our platform, I mean, you can just see all the people that are, taking the course with you. You can add friends, you can share information. You can see the most popular people with how many friends they have, how active people are. I mean, we have people in here that are just, they're doing it. They're doing the deal. So if you've ever thought about like, hey, I've felt alone in this space, because I know I certainly have, you won't be alone anymore, especially with this process, right? You're going to be surrounded with doers. And, it's been a goal for, Tom and the rest of the Offline Sharks team. Like when we were getting started, we live on this little island, right? And we didn't have anybody to talk to about how to do this. So we had to create our own community, and that's where this whole thing started for us. So that's where we're at today.
Yeah.
So let me see. I'm going to put some more of these questions. Let's see. Someone says, does it work for you living in Asia? So yeah, especially if you want to prospect Western clients, Chen. Yep. So the way that it works, right? If you want to manually import businesses, you can do that. You can manually import any that you want. But if you want to use our automated lead importer, that's the tool where you can get all the information from Google, then that works in any city or location that is in Google, right? So as long as the businesses that you're trying to prospect are in Google, then you can use it there. But if you want to manually add businesses, you can upload them to a spreadsheet and then import that spreadsheet. So you can do tons of them at once, or you can manually add them yourself.
Let's see what other questions we have here, Nick. It's Rob said, if we want other sites under our account, how would that work? So Rob, yeah, like basically like if you want to create a new AGM site, you would just set up, hosting and a new domain name, and then you can add the theme right on there. So yeah, one of the things that we do, that we really do recommend, and again, I know sometimes when we see things like this, we think like, hey, I'm going to make this, I'm going to go national, right? Like that's where the money's at. And, launching something nationally may be where the money's at, but it also takes a lot of resources to do that. So I really encourage, everyone who jumped in and those of you that do jump in to really start local, like build one site in your local area where you can really, be a part of the community and get a feel for the system and really streamline it and then start to expand out.
Yeah. Hey, I've seen some mentions from Ellen in the chat. Ellen, we want to take care of you, so make sure you reach out to Josh. I'm gonna keep mention of your name. Make sure you reach out to Josh tomorrow when you have a chance. Okay? We want to.
Yeah, I've seen a few people like that as well. One guy needs to wait for a check to clear, and I think another one wants to make the payment, but it's too early in the morning, so he doesn't want to wake his wife. So there's a few of you in those, and I trust me, I understand that. The last thing I want to do is wake up my wife at 4 in the morning. So if you're in a tough spot like that, or you're waiting for some funds to clear, like Tom said, I think there's about 13 or 14 spots left. But since you guys are on here live and you came and you spend the time with us, Obviously, we're going to give you some priority. So we're going to save you guys a spot if you need that extra time to, let some funds clear or, make sure your house is safe to make noise. Just we understand. We see that you're on here live. I've marked your guys' name, each of you that are saying that. So, and I've replied to you that will save you guys a spot. So first off, thank you guys for being on here live. So yes, if you're on here live, we will make sure that we get you into one of those bonus spots.
Yeah. Yeah, Robert is asking, should the location be 500,000 to $1 million or larger? So, Robert, we live on Maui, right? We have 140-ish thousand people, I think. Don't quote me on that, somewhere around there. But what's interesting is we named this webinar Total Town Takeover, right? And I was telling Tom last night, like, Tom, you're not going to believe this, man. We have literally put all of the restaurants in the entire island in our website. Like we know them now. They know us now on a first name basis. We have their email addresses. We found out that 70% of the businesses are operating at some level. The ones that are in our site, they're in our system, and they know us and we're sending them emails. Now, previously, I would have loved to figure out how to work with these businesses, how to get in their email list, or how to get them on my email list, how to get in front of the decision makers, right? But I mean, I never could have before. So one thing I want to say is, like, you can do this in a small population, right? I mean, how many customers do you guys need to have a life-changing business, right? And our strategy just moving forward, you guys, is because we want to cast the biggest net as possible out of this. Like, restaurants is a superb industry to go after. That's the low-hanging fruit. When you get in, if you want to go after that industry, you should do it as well. But moving out of this, we're going to start going after a bigger net, and we're going to maybe start to focus on the essential services that are still operating. And of course, we're going to take our community along with us as we go through that. So I wouldn't worry about the population thing. And Sarbit says, is there any way to figure out someone in your area about this? So this is, I mean, Sarbit, this is like this, what we're doing right here with the restaurants. This is like, it's less than 30 days old, man. Don't think like that.
I see David was asking if we had anybody in around Kona. No, David, we don't.
No,
it's
David,
so funny.
and actually,
go ahead, Nick.
We don't. But you know what's interesting is, so we started doing this, and I saw other businesses start to do it behind us, and I didn't have any problems doing our prospecting. Like, it hasn't become an issue at all, because the reason is because the more exposure the restaurants can get, the better, right? The more sites they have out there that are showing their listings, the better, right? They're not going to say, I've already added my website to another site, we're not going to talk to you. They're not going to say that to you, especially if you're calling to verify that you have the correct information. And the main goal is to start a conversation with the business owner. If that's what you're doing, you're 100% fine, even if you had somebody else in your area doing it. And I highly, highly doubt you are. David, I don't have anybody in Kona doing it, so you're good.
Yeah, I did my chef's training for the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company at the location there in Kona. I think they've since closed it, but nice area, David. I think it'd do well over there. Yeah, I saw Ella, Aline, I don't know if it's Ellen or Aline, was asking about, what if they're not listed in Google, right? Like, what if the Google API for some reason doesn't pull them up? So one thing you can do with that is we have the functionality for you to upload a CSV list to your influencer site. So, you could just make a list and upload, and it'll add the listings, or you can add them manually yourself, create the listings, or you can send the person to your influencer site, and there's a submit listing button, and they can click that and they can add the listing themselves as well. So there's multiple ways to get businesses on the site. The great thing about the lead importer tool is that it allows you to go from zero to having a site with activity and looking really good to start reaching out as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you guys. So when it comes to the domain names, I mean, don't get too bogged down by it. You know, just pick something. I mean, if you have a domain that, you know, we deliver Maui, that's a cool name, but I see a lot of people doing, you know, Maui menus, you know, who's open Maui, things like that, right?
Yeah, still
So,
open. Yeah, still open now. Things like that.
and let's do a last call of questions, you guys. We've been on here for almost a little over 2 hours now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there. So
You guys,
um,
can you put that state of the end bonus too in the chat box? I forgot about that. The coronavirus survival kit, you guys. We want to give you that bonus for staying to the end, and you know, thank you for hanging out with us. That's a great resource for you that you can use too, whether you jump in or not. Yeah, it's in the chat box. You can
Yeah,
click that link.
Josh, man, your people were awesome, by the way. Such smart questions, like some real action takers. I love the. Can I get my site set up today? That's great. Like
yeah,
that's
that's
what we
awesome.
like.
I love
That's
that.
what we like to see. Like, man, that's what it takes, right? Like, that's what it takes. You got to have that motivation and get moving. So awesome. Thanks again for having us.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you guys for jumping on. And like you said, that's what it's gonna take. And there are gonna be so many success stories that come out of this whole, you know, pandemic COVID situation that's going on right now. Just like the last recession, people are fired up to go out there and make a change because it's things like this that shake us up, that make us realize, man, okay, I've been wasting too much time. Okay, it's time to really get things and take control of your life, pretty much. Okay, because the last thing you want is for be in a situation like right now where your job laid you off or whatever it may be. You're stuck in a position where you can't bring in income. That's the last thing you want to do. So when you're able to do something like this, get out there, really take action, get results, and build the business for yourself. There's nothing more powerful than that. So that's why I was really excited to have you guys on here. So thank you guys again. I think this is the third or fourth time I have you guys on, because I just really enjoy your guys' content, what you guys are doing, and how many people you guys are actually helping. So thank you guys once again. And if you're still on here and you haven't jumped on, make sure you do so. Like I said, these guys are out there doing it. They're getting results. They're getting results for their students, and they can help you guys get results as well. So that's it for me. Thank you guys. And whenever you guys are ready, just feel free to shut her down.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much there too, Josh. And thank you so much for having us, man. I see a couple people have said I missed the webinar. Somebody says I was at work, I missed the webinar. I want to jump in, but I missed so much of the webinar. Look, Craig, if you want to jump in, man, you should. If you already know you want to jump in, you should lock in some of those fast action bonuses. I mean, if you already know, you can watch the replay later.
Yeah, take action, ask questions later.
Adrian says, thanks for the survival pack and the loads of value in this session. Once again, very powerful. Thank you, Adrian. Appreciate it. And yeah, you guys, so much love for the awesome interaction and the feedback. Like I said at the beginning of this presentation, like I don't present often, I don't. So I appreciate you guys, just showing the support, because that obviously you can tell that we're doing this, right? We're busy doing this. We're not just, creating stuff that sounds good, and you guys are inspiring me to keep doing this. So good stuff. And yeah, Tom, you got any last mentions?
Man, stay safe, practice aloha, and we're excited to see everybody that joined inside the training and inside the Facebook group and on the Agency Growth Machine coaching calls. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Take care, everyone.